What's going on, guys? Today I ran across a video on YouTube talking about owning a private jet, exotic car, a nice home worth $1 million, going out to eat, nice boat, and having nice clothes. And he came up with an absurd amount figure of $300,000 a year is what it actually takes to live this lifestyle. And I said, I know how to tweak that because I am good with personal finance. And I said, how low can I get all of this while still living well, but on the average person's budget? I'm going to show you how all of this is attainable coming up.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
What's going on, guys? For me, for the very first time, my name is William Dauria. I built a rental portfolio empire of single-family, multifamily, and commercial units. I live solely off the passive income. I make YouTube videos to share my experience so you can be able to break out of the 9-to-5 and do the same. Now, as a private pilot myself, I know the cost of aviation. I said, okay, fine. Let's figure out what this big boy status actually costs, and then let's tweak it and figure out how you can replicate the same thing. Okay, so if you were to actually rent a private jet, it's going to run you about $4,000 an hour, assuming you do it for 25 hours a year. Comes out to a whopping $100,000 a year that you cannot get back because you do not own the tangible asset. All right, exotic car. Let's assume you go out and buy a Lamborghini because that is my vehicle of choice. And you go out and buy a Lamborghini, you buy a $300,000 car, and your payment is, let's just say, $3,500 a month. It actually might be a little higher than that. All right, so we're gonna do $3,500 per month, okay? Per month. So $3,500 a month. And because you bought it new, when you go to sell it, you're going to take a massive depreciation hit because, well, you did not take advantage of buying it pre-owned and letting the last guy take that depreciation hit. Because the way exotic cars work is when you buy them, they depreciate until they don't depreciate anymore. They'll literally stop at, look at a Lamborghini Hurricane, for instance. Just go on eBay.com, Lamborghini Hurricane, and you'll see the prices on them, guys. They're $160,000, $170,000. They've been like that for the last year. They'll be like that for probably the next year, 2 or 3. And they'll probably bottom out of value about $140,000 to $150,000 forever. They'll never go below that. So if you buy something for about $150,000 pre-owned, the cost of ownership is really your cost of that car, because when you go to sell it, you do get all your money back, unless you're this guy and you buy it brand new. Moving on. So nice house, $1 million. That can be a much higher or lower number depending on where you are. We are in North Texas here. $1 million house will buy you a pretty nice place. We're going to assume $7,000 a month. Now, your property taxes will dictate this, but $7,000 per month. Now, we're not showing you how to do this yourself yet. We're just showing you what the big boys, or the people just like to blow money, that's a better way to put it, actually can and often do spend on this kind of stuff. Going out to eat, we'll just say $20,000 a year. Some of you I know are guilty of that right now, so comment below, let me know if you're actually guilty of that right now. Nice boat, guys, that can go anywhere. I'm just gonna assume a $60,000 boat. I know some of you guys are laughing at me and saying my boat right now is more than $60,000. I get it, okay? We're just gonna say $60,000 boat. Humor me, okay? $60,000 new, though. That means you're going to own it for about 5 years. When you go to sell it, you're going to sell it for about half, maybe a little bit more. Boats do tend to hold their value a little bit better, but you, since you bought it new, or at least this guy did, you're going to take the depreciation hit, okay? So $60,000 boat's going to very easily turn into a $30,000, $35,000 boat or so, okay? Nice clothes. So nice clothes are going to run you about $4,000 a year. And I know some of you already spend that too. So bear with me. Let me know, how much do you spend in clothes per year? Let me know in the comment. I want to hear how much you are actually spending in clothes. I want you to add up the Chanel purse. I want you to add the watches. I want you to add everything. How much do you think you're spending right now on clothes? But this baller here, this is what he's doing. This all comes out to about $300,000, give or take, per year in just lifestyle, guys. Basically lifestyle. Even the going out to eat, you don't need to spend $20,000 a year on food. Going out to eat is a form of entertainment. Now we're here for the part of the video which I want to share with you the other costs and the other ways to do all of this, guys, and even the Lamborghini and the plane, okay? All of this for a much more reasonable price, and how I can even make that price even more reasonable. Check this out. Okay, so for this, we're gonna have an upfront cost and an actual cost. And this will make a lot more sense once we get to the end and I actually add this up. For now, we're going to put $300,000, and that's going to be a yearly. However, we're going to concentrate on monthly here because monthly is the way most people determine their budget, and it makes more sense when you break it down per month because most people get paid bi-weekly or monthly. So this is what we're going to start with. Up front for the plane, we're going to move it over here, and in this case, we're going to put something like a Cessna 172. We're obviously going to go pre-owned, and we're going to pick it up for approximately $50,000. For you not aware of this, the Cessna 172 is the most common four-seater aircraft ever in production. You can buy them all day long. You can sell them all day long. They hold their value completely well to the point where they don't lose value. They actually appreciate minus the cost of ownership. Okay, so a Cessna 172, $50,000 per purchase price. You can amortize this. Let me back up a little. You can finance this for 20 years, guys. So that payment comes out to $400 per month, and that includes insurance. So that's month with insurance, okay? And also, you're going to have to say, hey, well, you got a cost of flying it. Now, cost of flying this varies drastically. If you keep it all the way to the point where you have to do an engine overhaul, that's called the total cost per hour. We're just going to run with that one. Now, if you sell it before you have to do an engine overhaul, this price will be a lot less. But we're just going to say $100 an hour for now. We're going to assume you do 100 hours per year because the jet was 25 hours and that jet's about 4 times faster. Okay, assuming you go to the same places, as long as you're not flying, across the main ocean, assuming you're going the same places, it's going to take you 4 times longer, but it's family time. Relax, put some headphones on, chat with the people, let the kids sleep in the back, guys. It's all about living life, okay, and relaxing. So we're going to assume here you do 100 hours, okay? And then we're going to also assume at $100 per hour, so that is going to be a $10,000 per year fixed cost. Now with insurance, it's really going to be up at plus $2K, so $12,000, that's going to be a yearly cost, okay? So the next one we're going to look at is going to be the exotic car, guys. I still want you to get the Lamborghini. I just don't want you to get that Lamborghini. I want you guys to go out, and I say I'm speaking third person. When I say this, I don't actually want you to go out and buy a car and bankrupt yourself, okay? But when I say this, the Lamborghini, I want you to go get a Lamborghini Gallardo. They started making them in 2004, I believe, and they stopped making them. So they are a rarity. They are the base model Lamborghini, and they are the cheapest model that you can currently buy on the market today. So cheap that we are going to say we can pick one up right now for about $80,000. Sometimes I've seen them cheaper. Sometimes you can't find them for $80,000. But we're going to say you pick up a nice, clean Lamborghini Gallardo for $80,000. So we're going to put here Lamborghini. And I cannot spell at all, except for that's my favorite car, so I know how to spell that. So $80,000 is going to be the purchase price of the Lamborghini. And on a 72-month payment, this is going to put you down to $1,400 per month. All right, moving on to the nice home. And this is where we do something called house hacking, okay? So I still want you to buy the $1 million home, okay? We use it as an example. We use that car example. I'm still taking all this or moving it over. I'm just showing you different ways to think as a mindset, okay? Still buying the $1 million house, guys. $1 million. I don't know why the people put 2 M's for million. It's just 1 M should be million, but everybody puts 2 M's, so $1 million. If anything, it should be 1 MD. Okay, so $1 million house, except for this house isn't just any ordinary house. This $1 million house is going to be a duplex that you're going to rent out the other side, okay? So your total monthly payment, okay, is $7,000 a month, okay? Except for you rent the other side out for $4,000 a month, okay? So put $4K month in rent. So really, out of pocket, this $1 million home is costing you $3,000 a month, okay? Wait till we get to this side, guys. This is where it gets really good. Okay, so a $1 million house really costs you only $3,000 a month. Let me know in the comments below how much are you paying right now for the house that you're renting or owning, and what's the square footage, what's the price of it compared to a $1 million house for $3,000 a month, guys. This is called house hacking. I talk about it on my YouTube channel, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to learn more about that. Okay, so there's our house. It's $3,000 a month. Next is going to be going out to eat, or just going out for entertainment to begin with. And we're just gonna do a simple breakdown of $583 per month. I did the math pre-video, I divided it up, and I said, this is how much it's basically going to cost realistically. That's going out to like Cheddar's, going out to Chili's, going out to, you know, a place similar to that, nice sit down, not crazy fancy, no bottle popping champagne unless you buy it at the store and pop it at home, okay? But this is going to be a realistic price unless you're a family of like 6 or something, okay? I get it, this price will go up a little bit. But $583 a month is going to be your going out cost, and I'll put going out, and this is going to be a monthly. Some of you guys are spending that right now, some of you spend a lot less, some of you spend a lot more, guys, but this right here is realistic for somebody that's on a semi-budget. You could squeeze the heck out of this, but we're gonna assume you still wanna live it up because, hey, our other guys are living it up and we wanna do the same thing on a baller on a budget, so this is how we're doing it. All right, so a nice boat. Now, I actually just bought a boat myself about 2 months ago, so I can tell you exactly where I'm coming from when it comes to a boat, a nice boat. It's a bow rider, I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's a ski boat basically with a ski tower, and it's an 8-person boat, holds 1,100 pounds, does about 45 miles an hour, pulls tubes great, and I picked it up. It's a 2005, it only has 150 hours on it, and I picked it up a trailer for $11,000. It is an awesome boat. My whole family loves it. All of my friends enjoy it. Tower speakers, it's got the sun cover, it's got basically everything we need, right? So for a nice boat, I'm gonna consider my boat a nice boat. And I'll throw up a picture. There's a picture of the boat right there. So nice boat, $11,000. So we're gonna put 11K. However, we're gonna break it down to a monthly like you finance it. So it's gonna come out to about $200 per month is going to be this boat. And you're going to say, well, hey, I'm going to use the boat, and you are. And I did the calculations. I said, hey, this is how often we're going out. This is how much fuel we're putting into it, etc., etc. So we use about $116 a month in fuel is kind of where we're using right now. So about $116 a month in fuel. Now you might have some other maintenance costs and storage. I'm not going to go into that. I keep mine in my garage. I do my own maintenance, so that can vary. So we're going to keep that out of the equation, but if you want to keep yours at storage, you can tack on a little bit there. All right, so moving on to the last one is going to be nice clothes. Okay, so there's a place around me called Uptown Cheapskates, okay? And what it is it's I hate to say pre-owned clothes because that kind of sounds kind of dingy, but it's like really nice, high-end, and everything in between clothes. Like I probably bought this there. Like this t-shirt was probably $60 new, I'm guessing, and I picked it up there for probably like 15, right? And a lot of them are still new with the tags on. It's just stuff that people are just like selling to them, and they buy really cheap. They sell you to for a really good price, and a lot of them, like I said, still have the tags on. They don't buy anything with stains. So if you can find a really nice upscale resale shop, you can buy stuff really, really cheap. I just bought a pair of jeans that are tagged for online for $250, and I want to say I paid like $20 for them, and they actually fit me really well, actually, which is hard for jeans. So find a place that you can go out, you can buy the same exact, not even quality, but the same exact clothes for way less. And here's the thing, guys, nobody knows how much you paid. Nobody, I mean, some people care about brands, but if you really want to show off your little Gucci belts and this and that, you can go to a resale shop, find that same thing, and buy it for like a quarter of what everybody else pays, and it looks exactly the same because it's used just like theirs. You just paid a whole lot less for it. So, assuming you can go out and do that, we can keep the clothes budget, at least my clothes budget, is something like $150 a month, guys. I mean, some of you spend a lot more than that. Some of you don't quite spend that. We have to live it up, though. Okay, so we want all the nice stuff, too. We're just not going to blow all the money. So, we're going to say $150 per month is what we're going to spend on nice clothes, which gives us to a grand total of the upfront cost total monthly is $6,849. $6,849 per month. Now, you have an airplane, you have a Lamborghini, you have $1 million home, you go out to eat, you have a nice boat, and you wear nice clothes for less than $7,000 a month. But wait, there's more. Okay, now, all of this stuff has resellable value. Okay, so one day you're going to sell the Cessna, one day you're going to sell the Lamborghini, one day you're going to sell the house, and some of this stuff is 100% loss. But this is where it gets good. Check this out. All right, so one day you're going to sell the airplane. This airplane retains 100% of its value, if not goes up in value. We're going to assume you sell that for another $50,000. You get all of your money back, okay? So really, this is only costing you about, minus the little bit in interest you paid, is about $12,000 a year. That is all the fuel and the insurance that you paid out, which only comes to $1,000 a month for an airplane, okay? Sounds insane, but the math doesn't lie. Okay, so the Lamborghini Gallardo, it's time to sell it, and you bought it for $80,000. They are not depreciating at all anymore. So $80,000, you're going to sell it, and you're going to get, well, all of your money back. So the only cost really on this car is the additional insurance premium that you paid that you wouldn't have paid, and a little bit of extra fuel that you spent on that car over your Toyota Corolla, for example. And all in all, we're gonna call that $200 per month in additional expenses. Believe me, if you shop around, this is actually more attainable than you think. Let me ask something. When was the last time you actually called your insurance provider and actually got a quote on a Lamborghini Gallardo? You might be surprised at what you actually don't know. Okay, so moving on to this $1 million home. This is one of my favorite ones. So it's costing you $3,000 a month. Or is it? Because it's actually appreciating at a rate of 4% per year. And it's $1 million house, so it's actually going up in value by $40,000 per year. So when you go selling that house, that $1 million house, you are actually coming out of pocket after it's all said and done per month of only negative $333 a month. Literally, guys, negative $333 a month. Now, I know what you guys are saying, but wait, you're going to have selling costs and all that. Yeah, you might have 6% of selling fees if you don't sell it yourself, and you might have a listing agent that charges you a total of that, or you could find somebody that does a 1% per listing. I understand there could be some additional selling fees, guys. I get it, okay? You can go back and forth, and there's even different countries do this different ways. We're going to assume, though, you bought it, it appreciated at 4%, because if it appreciated at 5%, all those selling fees would be negated easily. So we're going to assume at 4%, and we're just going to move it on over, so it actually cost you, let's just call it zero. How about that? Okay, so it cost you basically zero, okay, to live in $1 million home, okay? So $583 a month in going out. This cost really can be knocked down even more. And I'll tell you how, okay? I'll tell you what we do and we really, really enjoy as a family, and it'll get this down a little bit more if you're interested, okay? So we like to do a couple things. We'll actually go out to the boat ramp, and they actually have like a bench you could sit on, and you could watch people like, you know, come in and crash their boats into the trailers, because it happens a lot more than you think. And you'll actually watch all the amateurs basically load and offload, because here's the thing. When you go to buy a car, what do you need? You need your driver's license because you know how to drive it. When you go to buy a boat, what do you need? You need cash, baby. And there's not a boat license that they require here. And they give you the keys and say, good luck. So when you get out there, naturally, you don't know what you're doing, at least for a little while. So it's fun to watch the weekend warriors smash into their own trailer at their expense and not ours. But it is fun. Nobody's gotten hurt or anything. But you watch people get arrested. You watch people sink their boats. You watch people breaking down and getting towed in. And it's a form of entertainment that's going to happen regardless. I would just rather sit there and watch, and it's just something fun that we like to do. Also, since I'm a pilot, we like to go to the airport, private airport, and we like to watch the planes take off and land, and it's something fun to do. We can walk up and down and look at all the airplanes in the open T hangars, because it's just something fun for us to do. But if you're into drag racing, if you're into cars or motorcycles, you do your thing as well, because the cost of doing that sometimes is free or very little cost. So we're going to take this 583, guys. We're just going to assume that you just keep it at 583, okay? Because I'm not trying to beat on this like completely. So we're just going to assume at 583, but like I said, that could come down. This is a monthly thing. Could come down substantially. Okay, so as far as the boat here, B-O-A-T, that spells boat to me. All right, $11,000 boat. When I go to sell my boat, even 3 years from now, I've looked at the market, the boat's going to cost me nothing. To be able to get out from underneath that boat. Matter of fact, when I list the boat, I'm probably going to list it at $14,000 to literally recover everything I have in the boat, including all my expenses for gas, and make it a 100% free ride that we got to enjoy for family and friends for free. But we're not going to assume that, okay? We're going to assume I get all my money back. And at $116 a month, guys, that is really going to be about our cost, okay? That is, oh, by the way, that's insurance and gas, okay? So $116 a month, guys, this can be drastically changed if you, say, have a jet ski and don't have insurance on it and you just run around and spend 50 bucks a month. Or if you've got a big, you know, enclosed yacht, you're going to be laughing at something like $116 a month. So congratulations, you just own a boat for $116 a month. All right, guys. Okay, so the next thing is going to be nice clothes, guys. In order to, you can't really say, hey, I can, you know, skimp a little bit and move it over here, because $150 a month is basically clothes. Once you're done with your clothes, what do you do with them? You donate them. Oh, wait. What you do is you donate them, and you get your donation slip you turn in at the end of the year, and you get a tax write-off. So your tax write-off generally can be a percentage, I'm not going to say what it is, a percentage of the clothes' current value. Check with your CPA, but you are going to get money back. Let's just assume this $150 a month is actually $100 per month. Like I said, check with your CPA on that. You need to learn a little bit about depreciation schedule on clothes, because that's a whole nother thing. But it's going to be your realistic opinion value of actual price on that clothes. So if it's a shirt, you never wore it, it still has a tag, well, you kind of got an idea of the perceived value on that. So when you go to turn that in, all your clothes, donate them. Do not throw them away if they're still wearable. Let somebody else experience and wear something nice. Just because you don't wear it, let somebody else wear it, because I'm always a fan of giving back and giving down and reaching down and helping somebody back up. So guys, this right here is going to be your actual cost of having an airplane, a Lamborghini, $1 million home, going out to eat, having a boat, and wearing nice clothes. Check this out. So all of this actual is, after you owned it, you enjoyed it, and you sold it, cost you a grand total of $1,666 per month, guys. Literally. We went from a private jet, exotic cars, nice house, going out to eat, nice boat, nice clothes, to let's get this a little bit more realistic, to a Cessna 172, a Lamborghini, another $1 million house, going out to eat, a nice boat, and nice clothes. And after you enjoyed all this, you sold it because you bought it right. You were able to retain the money back to do this all over again. And after everything was said and done, your actual cost of living like you were living it up is $1,666 a month, guys. Now, you don't have the Cessna anymore. You don't have the Lamborghini. You don't have the $1 million house. Okay, this right here is for you to decide if you want to do it all over again. Or you can say, hey, that house, I don't need a house that big. Or better yet, instead of a duplex, I'm going to buy a quadplex. Now, my monthly payment is I'm making money per month. Okay, you can change this up. Now, instead of a Lamborghini, I want to buy a Ferrari 458. Do the same thing. Hey, the Cessna 172, it's too big. I'm going to buy a Cessna 150. It's going to cost me even less. That equation right there just made this even cheaper, because buying a quadplex now, a 4-door instead of a 2-door, made you money instead of cost you money per month. This right here, instead of, you know, saving you $300 a month, it would actually make you like $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month, and that plane would be even cheaper now. Okay, so this number, guys, could get even lower. Okay, this right here is a crazy life hack, and I wanted to show you guys what is actually possible. This guy living it up, you don't have to make what he makes per year in order to do something very, very similar, guys. Let me know down in the comments, is this math crazy? Because it's the math that I use, and when you can own everything that you've ever dreamed, get out from under it, and you realize how cheap it actually cost you because you bought it right, life and the world, you look at it in an entire different way, guys. If you like this channel, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell. I make several videos per week. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you on the next one.